Greetings, everybody. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Battle Brothers, Episode 12, Ravagers. Casimir the Elder meets you in the town square. You hand over the shroud to the founder, and the man cradles it as if it were an infant he lost. After a moment of awkward embrace with the relic, he holds it high, letting the townspeople see it. They cheer for a time. Too long, truly. You have to elbow Casimir the Elder to remind him to pay you. Alan is now in high spirits. People are eager to do business with us. We order a drink in the bar for our men, and rumor has it that they're looking to hire out sellswords in Friedwald. To repair all of our broken gear that we liberated from the skeletons, the shambling entities in that crypt, we'll need supplies. Supplies procured at dawn. The tool and supplies here are far, far overpriced. We'll hold off for a better town. Our ambition with coin and crown has been fulfilled. Gathering enough crowns to pay the cart maker for his work did cost you an arm and a leg, quite literally in some cases. Now, the proud owner of a new wagon, you are able to carry both more equipment and more spoils of war, be it silverware and golden crowns, or the half-torn and lice-filled gambeson of a random thug. After traveling for miles with the new wheels, you notice that Zleb Tank seems to be missing. Looking around, you eventually find him hidden behind some grain bags on the wagon, snoring away peacefully. Some cold water on the head and a boot to the butt quickly get the sluggard back on his feet and walking like the others. Still, you better make sure the men know their place. I won't have any of this. The only way any of the Battle Brothers will ever find themselves on the wagon is carrying their own head under their arm. Be ever watchful and have your arms at the ready when we travel these lands. The company has gained renown. Casimir the Elder crosses his arms and purses his lips. Ordinarily, I wouldn't ask sellswords to guard a caravan. We are not interested in going to Wolfhaven just yet. Up to Friedwald, rumors of work to be had up that way. Tools and supplies still massively overpriced. Shall we head east or west? West it is, to Donnerswald. Some of the broken, padded leather armor found in the open market. Very suitable for Bodo, who needs additional protection. We have 3 days of food and 19 days of crown. But no work can be found here. Someday, we think to ourselves, we'll be able to afford such esteemed gear. But not today. Sadly, not today. Another kite shield, however, procured. Proper defenses for our front line. All 6 don kite shields. Weitersfell, that's a town that has always treated us well. Quickly analyzing the nearby towns, Eisenstein, Friedewald, and Hammersfell, Cobbsmanhaven. These towns we frequented, and these towns we have good reputation. Hopefully finding easier work worth a lot of coin. For now that we have purchased the wagon to be able to haul away more spoils from our battles, we should further invest in our gear to survive, to thrive. We think it wise to invest further in additional protection. If we are to survive the onslaughts of orcs and goblins, toughened armor would be best. This armor, however, so unbelievably overpriced. Maybe contracts. Sigil of Eisenstein looking out his window when we find him. Goblet in hand, nothing but silence outside. He turns to us, almost somber. When you came here, did you realize how quiet it was? You remarked that you did, but you're a sellsword who looks the part. It's just what you are accustomed to. Sigil of Eisenstein nods and takes a drink. Of course. Unfortunately, it isn't that people are afraid of you. Not this time. We've had people being attacked these past weeks. Beasts of some sort are on the loose. We know not what they are, but only who they take. We've pleaded with our lord, but of course, nothing has been done to help us. Would you hunt these monsters down? Please, sellsword. We agree. Obvious footprints to the south, but before that, we contemplate. A fresh, cool breeze is blowing today, and you feel it's a good time for the Battle Brothers to start something new. You call them in, gather them around. What to tell them? Walking Dead are a terrible curse upon man. Let's burn us some layers. Or, we shall outfit our contingent with at least 3 men with heavy armor to act as a bulwark against dangerous opponents. Alternatively, seek to destroy a group of at least a dozen opponents. Or, our company is doing great, keep it up. Heavy armor, the most popular choice. Have 3 pieces of armor, with helmets and armor of plus 230 durability. An expensive, but worthwhile venture. A plethora of ghouls in the forest. Assessing the vicinity, Otto spots a really tight bottleneck just behind the fray. Falling back there will be tough, but worthwhile. Knowing how fast these ghouls move, it might not be possible to make it back there in time. We should dig in our heels, the men think. Papa G hops up on the nearest hill and holds his shield high, signaling he is ready for what may come. Zolab, eager to redeem himself, follows suit and does the same. Shots ring out, but everything misses. Deep into their backfield, one is hit. The battle begins in earnest. The spear wall holds, and some of the ghouls head north to the flanks. The larger of the ghouls head south. And the center meat grinder only has but a few corpses. The lot. Knowing that the north flank soon to be exposed, Cathanon readies his crossbow. Sought deep into the crowd, their numbers being used against them. Mighty targets make for easy shots. Odo readies his spear to the north. And Lebret moves diligently to crush the ones that came into the trap. Robert knows that the unattended ghouls to the south will soon overwhelm the archers. JT risks himself, puts himself in harm's way to reduce the risk to friends. The northern flank seems to be pivoting. Advantageous for our defenders. They feast and grow ever confident. Alfred, the scorpion, is freed from the grasp of the nearest ghoul, and Robert sees fit to fill the gap. With the height advantage, Papa G quickly fells his foe. And the largest of the ghouls are now set to be attacked. Otto yearns for combat, but knows that if he gives up the northern flank, they'll come flooding in, so he holds. JT raises his shield, confident but concerned. He needs help, and fast. They feast once more. And Alfred the Scorpion continually finds himself within arm's reach, armed only with a bow. He considers pulling out his knife, but realizes his friends have his back. He'll be freed in short order. Some of the ghouls in the southern flanks are now routing. A hidden ghoul surprises Otto as he approaches, but he is readied. Alfred frees himself from the grasp of the ghoul and stabs viciously, ending a large one's life. Alfred switches back to his bow, hoping to line up a good shot on the large one that has been feasting. And Kittelmund heads north to help Otto, caught unaware that there was an ambush lying in the bush. The southern ghouls are routing, fleeing and fearful, but there's a mighty and large one in the east. Four remain. Now, down to 3. A counterattack poised to sweep the southern flank, while the polearm men converge upon the last remaining giant. Keeping the last giant at arm's reach will be advantageous. We'll set our polearms to slice him asunder. Otto takes a hillward stance to watch the remainder either flee or stay. It's best to know. The giant lumbers forwards. We're ready. A deep cut across the cheek of the lumbering maw weakens him, sets him up for a quick death. He consumes yet another corpse to refresh his life. We'll sweep behind him, we'll ambush him, we'll be done with him soon. Otto, bringing up the vanguard, is at the ready. Ready to pounce, ready to ambush, ready to bash this ghoul to death. Just a few more quick slices, and we'll be done with this. The task is completed. Only a few teeth remain, sadly. The ghoul's body looks more rock than beast as it lays flat and unmoving. Flies are already coupled inside its mouth, sowing life from the frothy remains of the dead. You order Otto Ducky to take its head, for Sigbold of Eisenstein will be expecting proof. The beasts are dead. Sigbold of Eisenstein takes the ghoul's head and holds it up. A few mewling cats seemingly appear out of nowhere, circling beneath it like buzzards would be overhead. He throws it out the window, and the felines go running. Here are your crowns, as promised. Men traveling back to town, having dispatched the local ghouls, resupply with bread, and consider purchasing some armor. None of this armor, save for one helmet, meets the specifications. Perhaps they'll seek a better price elsewhere. Maybe in Erlenkrug or Cobmenhaven. Deciding to move towards Cobmenhaven, there's opportunity to use our reputation leveraged to get cheaper prices on armor and goods. A woman offers you a flower when you walk into town. This is against the usual response, which is to shutter the windows and hide the kids. You take the flower, and she sways her skirt a little before prancing away. A man comes up to you. Sorry for that bother, sir. The townsfolk seem to have taken a liking to you. Erhard, the merchant, as well, seeing as how he has been looking for you since the moment he heard you were in town. You find Erhard, the merchant, closing a box up. He quickly glances up as though he's been caught with his pants down. Sellsword, thank you for coming. He locks the latches with a few quick snaps. This here cargo has to be delivered to Holzmark. A man by Janold the Elder is waiting for it. Are you interested in doing this for me? 1440 crowns when the contract is done. I'm sorry, but that's a long way. It's not worth it. Holzmark is far to the southwest, a town I do not believe we have visited yet. To Cobmenhaven, for armor, for work. We arrive just before dusk to see Cobmenhaven in a rebuilding effort. The marketplace is deprived of worthy gear. The tavern, with rumor. They burned Frida at the stake last week. Some witch hunter did. Just appeared one day, accused her of sorcery and whatnot, and had her burned. The council didn't object, and that man just left soon after. I wish I knew who he was, really. Good thing he saved us from a witch, I suppose. I heard the Council of Mitterfels is looking to hire mercenaries. Don't know what for. Paying for a round. We scan the harbor and consider sailing to Seefeld, a town we had never frequented before. Seefeld is far from any adjacent town, and only has a contract fit for better gear than we. Looking at their marketplace, it's poor, with expensive food and expensive tools. We sail once more for Blankholm. You one of them raiders? Sure look and smell like one. Your men pillage Seafield? Get out there, I says. We don't want your kind around here. Rude. They don't know us too well in these woods. Relatively cheap supplies is found and purchased in great bulk. And contract available. You find Hubert, the treasurer, closing up a box. Thanks us for coming. He wants us to deliver this safely to Urlancourt, a town we are familiar with. A man by the name of Erhard the Merchant, who we had just spoken to, is waiting for this. So let's talk money. Willing to part with 780 crowns, and we accept. This gives us a chance to swing by some additional cities to frequent their establishments. First, to Koppelsfest. Along the road, a few of the men come to a stop. You go to the front to figure out what's going on, only to see a line of well-armed men standing in the Battle Brothers' way. Well, this should be interesting. The enemy lieutenant steps forward and pounds his chest with his fist clenched. The name is rightful Ravagers, and we're well known throughout the land as splitters of heads, drinkers of kegs, and lovers of ladies. After the man finishes his posturing and personal pontificating, he points at the cargo you are carrying. So, now that you realize the danger you're in, why don't you go ahead and hand the cargo over? While you appreciated the superlatives and hyperbole, there remains the very terse reality that these men do actually mean business. If you want, come and take it. The Falcon reveals several very well-armed men, but also advantageous terrain behind us. The men wonder if all of the Battle Brothers will be able to make it to the hill in time. Javelins thrown, but Papa G easily deflects them. The bowman takes stance upon the hill. Throwing a net over Papa G, it's clear we won't be able to backtrack in time. Bodo sees fit to try to free his friend, but that net just won't give. Three attempts and nothing. We'll reform the line up front. Papa G breaks his own netting and is ready. A shield wall formed quickly. And a spear wall on the flanks. We have first volunteer victim. Their bowmen try to snake arrows past our shield wall, but to no avail. everything deflected all at once. Our bowman, angered at this onslaught, lets loose arrows deep into the crowd. First of their men is slain. The shields re-raised, readied. A solid formation. Their mercenaries and marksmen can't find easy ways to snake their arrows past our shield wall. Yet they exhaust their javelins, axes, and throwing spears. The mercenary in front, holding a shield, our axeman seeks to split it. Bash to the head, it connects. We hold the wall. We protect the ones in back from the arrows until the enemies are exhausted. Here comes yet another volley. One does finally connect. Another net. Despite this, JT holds his shield high. No shots connect. A brutal hit dealt by our sergeant. Robert aims to free JT from his net. Our numbers are superior. It is time to enclose them. The shield of the front mercenary is broken, his spirit breaking. His will to battle is gone. We press forward, we press on. A good hit. Otto Ducky needs to back up. That pikeman is seeking blood. The well-armed mercenary trades places with a victim. Our men ready. A long-range impale lands soundly upon the mercenary, shattering his armor and his will. Robert closes, but can't cleanly kill. The mercenary swapped to take the position is all but dead. One clean stab, and the best armed mercenary lies motionless. We outnumber them 2-1. A dire stab on Papa. A position swapped to keep him safe. The mercenary, taking an arrow deep into his chest, is set to flee. And the one in front felled, finally, by Kettleman's axe. The taunting pikeman up in front, begging to be slashed. It connects, and Papa G packs up, having been rescued. Their bowmen are getting desperate. They see their line crushed and fleeing. As night presses on, lucky shots see Val skewered badly. Val needs to fall back and recoup. He is bleeding. He'll need medical attention soon. The remaining pikemen finally felled by blades. And Zleb pushes forward, healthy and ready to close in on the bowmen. As is Lebrak, eager to put an end to the rain of arrows. Val, the mentalist, smart to carry bandages on him, bandages himself in a hurry. Precious blood. Limited supply. The few remaining raiders are staunch and still readied, despite the blow after blow they've received. Another went down, and only the mercenary bowmen are left. If our soldiers weren't so exhausted from this fight, they'd consider trying to capitalize on this moment. But remembering Mojo's death, it's probably best just to put these two out of their misery. Mr. Not So asks for help, for he is overwhelmed. positions swapped to keep him alive, and crossbows notched back, hoping to pierce the head of the mercenary. And the hit is true. Mr. Not So backs up to keep himself free from harm. He doesn't have much left. Zleb is on his last legs, having been sliced deep by a sharp blade. Val opportunistically impales the mercenary, allowing Robert to finish the job. He returned to the battle, knowing that no more arrows could be let loose. The last mercenary, armor broken, and spirit in tatters, he catches his breath. He sees the writing on the wall, overwhelmed. He is broken and fleeing. Our band, through grit and determination, bested a large group of well-armed mercenaries. The final blow dealt. Sadly, nary much loot to be had, but a warbow and some flails. Thank you for watching Battle Brothers, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 28th. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rodamont.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow sellswords.